You're listening to The Sixth Hour, Airsoft Through Silk's Eyes, RT06, an in-depth, informative podcast about all things airsoft. A veteran player of 4 years with the Milsim team shares his experiences for players new and old. The Sixth Hour, Airsoft Through Silk's Eyes, RT06. So we're going to jump right into it. This week I got fellow teammates and co-founders of Rapture Team Airsoft. I'm sitting here with my brother-in-law and longtime friend Larry Brooks.
What?
And very close friend, now of going on 5 years. 2IC of the team, fire team leader, Ryan Jenkins.
Thanks very much, 6 Hour, for having us on.
All right, guys. So we're all comfortable with each other, but everybody else doesn't know that. So I want to just... Yeah, way too comfortable. It's sometimes in those foxholes, eh, boys? But, so basically I want to talk to everybody about how we all met. And you guys at home might not know this, but Larry Brooks is actually, quote-unquote, married to my older sister, Michelle Hoban. So he is family. I've known him for 15, 16 years. We've always been really close. And, so, hi, Larry.
Hello, guys.
I can't believe I forgot. I'm going to cut you right off right away. He's the captain of the team, so he's our boss. He gets to tell me what to do anywhere other than here.
Other than here, yeah. Thanks for having us on, 6 Hour. It's going to be a fun episode.
That's great. It's going to be awesome. And with Ryan, again, like I said, 4 or 5 years. We actually met him getting involved in Airsoft. Larry bought a pistol off Ryan, and I believe I'm going to let Ryan take it away from here, but this is how we fell in love with Ryan.
Yeah, this is how we all met. So I was back, I was at school at McMaster. I was living out at a student house, and I was fixing airsoft vents to kind of pay for my accommodations. And I had posted for sale, I believe it was Craigslist or Kijiji.
Craigslist. So you guys all heard that, right? We all met on Craigslist. Perfect.
Selling weapons too.
An arms dealer on Craigslist. So take it away, Ryan.
I was contacted by Doc, Larry here. He was interested in the pistol, had an offer for me. He'd come down and he had met me at my student house. There was another gentleman in the car with him at that time.
Gentleman.
Gentleman.
We'll use that term loosely.
I did not meet this person at all, and Larry will explain the situation a little there. I had Larry come into my house, and with Airsoft, I kept everything in my own room, because it was locked. So I had him kind of come upstairs and take a look at this. And it was...
So these strangers from Craigslist go into his room, and that's where we're at now. So, Larry, how do you feel at this point? And again, not a very good interneter myself, so why was I even in the car that day, Larry?
Well, you introduced me, 6 Hour, you introduced me to Airsoft. I remember the phone call you called me up, like, dude, you gotta check out these toys I have, essentially. They were all Clearsoft at the time, I believe.
Clearsoft, that's it. That's
I remember seeing them and being like, these are pretty badass toys. Like, I'm an almost 30-year-old man at the time, and I was like, these are pretty cool toys. So, I don't know, I started looking into it a little bit more, because now I want to know more about this sport called Airsoft. I did a little bit of paintballing growing up, but nothing serious.
Paintball.
We're
not, That's, we don't like that word around here.
Yeah, after that, I started doing some research, and I decided I found a website or a store out in Toronto that was selling airsoft weapons, so I decided to look at their site and
take the leap, I guess.
Yeah, take the leap. I bought my very first gun that way, and it was VFC, Vegas Force Company, Scar H. And I remember it being this is before the prices came right down. I think it was during the transition of the prices starting to drop.
I think it's around that time.
And it was about $700 I paid for it. And
for people who don't know, VFC is not necessarily a gun you would buy for your first ever gun.
No.
But I think actually, I can speak from experience. Larry Doc has always been one to you sort of go big or go home.
Yeah.
So again, he took that leap of faith. He got this VFC, and that sort of set in motion for me, kind of moving past Clearsoft and taking that next step to actually owning like a functioning airsoft AEG.
You had to step up your game, right?
Yeah, I had. Oh, of course, I had to match the bro. So I guess after the primaries were purchased, that leads us to looking for a sidearm.
Yeah, well, and that's just it. Like, so right away, I'm like, okay, now I got this primary. I explained to the wife, I'm like, I can't go to an airsoft game without having a sidearm. I need a sidearm.
It just
To
can't.
this day, I could probably count how many times I shot my sidearm years later, but
Yeah.
I needed the sidearm. So I started looking, and the wife wouldn't let me spend $400 or $500 on a sidearm. So
That's the Craigslist queue.
yeah. So,
Wah,
yeah,
wah,
so I
wah.
started going looking on for used stuff. Stumbled across Craigslist, and I seen a Wii G17 for sale.
Yeah,
by
G17 is
the Glock 17.
yeah for
The Glock 17. Not knowing really how to approach someone about buying a firearm, essentially.
off Craigslist.
Yeah, off Craigslist. Yeah. No, I contacted him. We had a few.
We'll call them exchanges.
Exchanges. Yeah. So then we decided that we came to an agreement on the price. We met up. So before we went to meet up, I phoned up Jeff and said, 6 Hour, and said, listen.
Yeah, I think they all know my name's Jeff at this point. You can call me that. That's cool. That's cool with me, guys. That's my name.
Yeah. So I don't know. I called him up saying like, listen, I'm gonna go buy this gun. Do you want to come with me to be some muscle with me?
As soon as he said the word gun, I think I stopped listening. I was like, yep, I'm in. Let's do it. What I guess failed to make it through to me was the muscle part. Now, if you guys could see right now, Larry being substantially taller than me and pretty wider than me. Normally, I would call him for muscle. So for me to be his muscle, it's kind of it's a little bit of a funny picture. But so as you guys heard Ryan say, Larry was in the house, so the muscle didn't even get out of the car that day.
Yes.
I stayed in the car. I guess maybe I was nervous what might happen with this Craigslist deal. I don't know. But it just didn't even dawn on me. Internet deal with a stranger at a house. Yeah, I was like, yeah, I'll sit in the car and play with my phone. Let me know when we're good to go.
Yeah.
So Larry's inside now dealing with Ryan to purchase this Glock 17, a Wii Glock 17. So Ryan, what happens next? I guess when you talk with Larry for a bit, because you're a good guy, you talk to people. So
yeah, so just a little background. So I get into airsoft for a little while. I started with Clearsoft 2 on private property. At Mac, I wasn't on the physical campus property. I was in residence. I lived nearby. I did have airsoft guns. I was buying and selling. It was helping me go through it. So I wasn't unfamiliar with buying and selling. I knew the whole routine. A big thing for me is always wanted to make sure that the person was 18 and
yeah.
that
we wanted to make sure that you were 18. Yeah. I think when we first met.
I think sometimes you still do. But that's what it was. I like to meet the person, kind of understand. So I had seen it was Jeff at the time in the car. Larry came in the house. A little bit of a bigger man than I was. And, so a little intimidating, but went upstairs and he got to see the Glock, but he got to see some other.
You showed me your Glock upstairs.
Yeah, got right upstairs, shut the door.
That's it.
That bolt slid.
Straight to the business.
Here's
with
the
them.
Glock.
No messing around.
Yeah. Well, I know. Every scene is funny because I remember that, and I remember we were talking about the Glock. You showed me the Glock, and then you pulled out your, I think it was a Samurai Edge Beretta.
Yeah.
Which I think do you still have that one?
I still have a Samurai.
Yeah. So I remember you pulled that out, and we were looking at that. I think you had a G36 at the time.
That was the first.
The G36 gas blowback.
Yeah,
That's the first ever gas blowback that I fired. Not a fan of G36, but honestly, for me at that time, I hadn't really fired gas blowback, so it definitely tickled the spot. That
And I don't think
tickled.
there was a lot on the market, but I don't think there was a lot.
No, there really, yeah.
We'd seen.
But I remember, so we were doing that deal, and then I remember another gentleman walked in behind me when I was standing in the threshold of the doorway, and I remember being so nervous what was about to happen.
Yeah.
Again, and Muscle's still in the car at this point.
So,
yeah.
And that's it. So I had obviously, like, my roommates knew I was very close with one of them. So, like, obviously he knew what the situation was. And yeah, he came to take a look.
Basically, be your muscle.
Yeah.
Because everybody else knew what was going on but me. Which, I mean, that's true to life, I guess, most of the time.
But, so Larry and I came to an agreement on a price. I showed him how it worked.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. You seem pretty happy with it?
Well, you know what, actually, this is how many years ago now? 5 years?
Going on 5 years, yeah.
5 years. I still own that gun, and I still get offers for that gun to buy it.
You guys heard that? That was him knocking on wood,
sorry.
folks. You can't jinx anything around here. It's very serious.
Yeah, and I still, and I've had so many offers for the gun and will not sell it. I own.
Actually, and you know what? And it's funny that you should mention that. Now this is where I'm going to speed up to the next little part because I know that we've been leading to it, and Ryan's got to take it away. But about something that you'll hold on to and you'll never get rid of it. So Larry's bought the Glock. There's now been, I guess, an exchange of money, probably a shake of hands, and now I can see Larry's now standing in like the doorway. He's on like the outside of the doorway, but still standing in the door, talking to Ryan. Ryan's talking to him, and I see hand gestures in my direction, and I'm like kind of looking in the rear view mirror, like what's going on? Like, should I get out at this point? Obviously, it's way too late for me to go be muscle, but so then Larry comes back, he gets in the car, and we drive away.
Yeah.
And what happens next?
So Larry had explained to me that it was his brother-in-law that had gotten him into it, that Jeff had an AEG, a rifle himself, but no pistol. So I called them back right away, actually. We were
a block away.
Yeah, not even. Just down the street.
I remember I bottomed my car out pulling into a driveway to spin around.
He was probably a little, like, offset that, I was calling back.
Well, I thought you were, honestly, when I seen the number, I thought you were reneging the deal, and it wasn't like you weren't happy with the deal, and I was like, oh no, like he wants
more of my money.
Yeah, he was taken from a starving student. But no, called him and I said that I had something for him. So he pulled it back to the house. Jeff, you this time did commit, correct?
Yes, yeah. The second time around,
to the lobby of the house.
So my heart was racing now because this guy from Craigslist wants to see me. But yeah, so.
Yeah, I just want to see if he was cute or not.
Yeah, that's just it, eh?
And to find out we look exactly the same. Boy, were you disappointed.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, what I had for Jeff, actually, this is funny. We talked about it in hindsight because I gave it to the guy who didn't
come in, didn't buy the gun.
Did nothing.
Did nothing. He gets free stuff.
I should have given it to Larry.
Free stuff! Woo woo!
I gave Jeff, it was a Taurus.
Beretta,
KWC, yes. KWC
so a Taurus KWC modeled after the Beretta 9mm.
The Taurus, yeah, with that safety. And it was all polymer.
Yeah.
Yeah, all polymer.
There was blowback to
silver kind of to look like a chrome sort of paint job.
Yeah,
with a gas blowback with one mag. And I'll tell you right now, ladies and gentlemen, I still have that pistol in what I call my go-tote. It is what I carry all my gear to all events in. And in the very bottom is this first ever pistol that I toted around. And I'll tell you right now, it still shoots. The mag leaks like a Sith. And I don't know how accurate she is, but she still kicks. So with just like Doc, without ever getting rid of his Glock, I could never see myself getting rid of the Taurus. And at one point in time, eventually, it's probably going to become a wall hanger. Just to sort of symbolize like how far we've come since that day.
Yeah, we all met based off these two weapons is what brought us all together.
Yeah, and
they weren't.
Sorry, go ahead.
They weren't the be all. They were two pistols.
Yeah,
they were two.
That's just it. But the community, the atmosphere, like I think that was quite literally the first experience that I had. What a lot of people will experience in airsoft. People come together to help each other out. It's camaraderie. It's like basically brothers in arms, except we get to go home at the end of the day. So I hadn't even played a game at this point yet, and already I could tell that this guy was a good guy.
Oh, absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
right now, so here we are. We're almost ready to play an airsoft game. I think we're just getting going at buying equipment at this point. I think we started.
Yeah, we were still buying equipment. We still like I can't remember if we had BDUs at this point.
No,
yet.
no BDUs yet
Yeah.
actually. So this is I think what we're going to talk about next. It would be the way I remember it. I believe it was around January or February of 2012. And we started, at this point I think had the guns. We had bought the pistols off Ryan. Actually, I know it was before March 9th because I bought my first pistol off of Ryan, which would have made the third pistol in total.
Yeah.
Was a USP 45, I believe,
Yeah, it was-
KWA.
Yeah, old school. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a old school Heckler and Koch USP 45, heavy gun. But yeah, so I say March 9th. That's my birthday, everybody. So that date sticks out, obviously. So yeah, kit. So now we're buying kit. So we're watching videos a lot on YouTube, probably trying to gauge what people are wearing and stuff. I know.
What else are you gonna learn? Like,
Well,
how
I
you-
know for me at this time, I still had this, I think, tack vest idea of Army equipment in my head. So I'm thinking webbing, I'm thinking Alice gear, H harnesses. Not in my head, I'm not really thinking of tack vests.
Well, this is all going back to you. I remember, like,
yeah,
staying at your sister's house, and seeing you out in the backyard.
Oh, that's
late,
right.
Late at night.
sneaking out to
Sneaking
play
out,
Army.
like,
That's
when you were
right.
still a kid, like
Absolutely.
And
So
that's where all that Alice gear stuff comes back.
Right.
into
So
play.
I have this in my mind. It's all older style Army equipment, really. And let me tell you right now, as soon as I started seeing Molly, you'll hear us talk a lot about Molly or Molly. People like to enunciate it differently. It's just a loop attachment system for equipment that honestly everybody knows it is the cat's ass as far as gear. So I didn't really, at this point, I didn't even know what that stuff was, what it did, what it meant to all the geardos out there. So that's like bare bones beginnings. So yeah, so in Hamilton, where we're all from, there wasn't a whole lot of places to go to get equipment. The store actually that we're going to talk about doesn't exist anymore, but back when we got started, it was a big help for us getting equipment. And it was actually called Hamilton Tactical, and it was run by a guy named Josh. And I know I bought my first play carrier, which I still have from there. BDUs, boonie hats, pouches, all kinds of stuff, guys. I know I did. I'm sure. I know Larry did.
Yeah, Josh was a great guy. It was like if it wasn't for him, we probably wouldn't be have the amount of kits that we have now. Even though it wasn't single-handedly bought from him, but he helped us along the way with getting our first kit. And
absolutely,
right?
Yeah, and he had a lot of good advice.
Yeah. Though actually, the one advice everybody gives you, and I think it is the worst advice for camo or kits. Everybody's like, black goes with everything.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, black goes with nothing.
Hey, well, no.
Black goes with
No,
nothing.
I'm sorry. This is a whole nother show. We can't even get into it right now. Black goes with nothing. You paint it. God damn it.
I think
Anyways.
black can be used like black in woodland. There's
Yeah, and
accents,
black people, we mean black like black equipment. Let's not get weird, okay? Like, we're talking about equipment here. Like gun. I don't even own a black gun. I paint my guns for crying out loud. So
like our first BDUs.
Yeah.
What did you buy? You buy 8.
Oh, I don't.
Yeah.
So this is
black goes with nothing.
Black goes with nothing.
The universal camouflage.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
But this is
ATU?
Again. This is also.
UCP.
This speaks to our level of noobness, everybody.
Oh, absolutely.
I bought, of course, I bought ACU camo, and honestly, it's hideous. Unless you're lying on your grandmother's floral pattern couch from the 50s, you're not going to match with anything in the real world. So, yeah, so I bought ACU BDUs from there. BDUs is battle dress uniform for people that don't know. I think I got, for myself, for my first vest, it was a zip-up Condor with fixed pouches in the front. It's a system that I don't use now. I probably wouldn't use again, but when I first got started, it was good enough to go. I think Doc had something similar with a zip-up Condor.
Yeah,
He had Molly, I believe, in the front.
Yeah, I had the Molly. I had so I can maneuver my pouches where I want. And again, it was black.
Yeah, so he bought black. I had tan with ACU. He had black with, I think,
Well, I ended up getting the Marpat upper, the Desert Marpat upper.
Yeah, so desert marine pattern. It's basically
then,
like a digital tan pattern for those of you that don't know.
And then we'll just what is the other just
tan digi, which it's basically a desert digital pattern
as well, but they're slightly off.
Easily mistaken for the more modern AOR1 camouflage.
Which ironically we now use.
Ironically, yeah.
Years later, we all.
Yeah, and then I guess so my kit was pretty basic when we first got going. I went to my first game in running shoes.
We have a picture of our first game.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Too,
so I guess this will be So check out the photos that are gonna scroll through.
So Larry's on the right. You'll see like big big helmet, like the big setup. And again, this was the first time we played. You didn't realize that's gonna be really hot.
Yeah, it was a horrible setup. It really was.
Oh, it's just
it's that growing period, you know.
Oh,
you gotta try stuff with the VFC there. Jeff with his M14. And it's funny, you look back at that first game, we all used large caliber magazines. Like I know I had the G36, which shoots in real life at 5.56, but in airsoft it takes a bigger mag punch.
It does,
yeah.
Just like the M14, just like the Sky.
Yeah, and it's again bulkier mags, just not.
You'll see the transition where we become more of a uniform.
Exactly, that's what it is. Right?
We go streamline. We go lighter magazines.
And honestly, even how uniform we are now, our stuff is constantly changing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely.
There's no static there.
I literally talked about that in my first episode. You can never be finished with your kit.
No.
And the day that you tell yourself you are, you're lying.
I'll tell you that right now.
You're lying.
You just haven't seen the newest thing out yet.
That's it. You're just lying to yourself. So
that's it. I'm done. I built it. I love it. It's.
Ryan leaves himself out on the end, but we gotta poke fun here. He split his pants.
So I believe you can see in that picture too.
Yeah, you can.
Dangling in the middle there.
Either you're really well endowed,
which isn't. No, so and this is before we even started playing. He's adjusting his gear, doing up his straps, and again. Drop leg holsters, like those tornado holsters. All three of us, I think, are wearing them in that picture, and I'm telling you right now, drop leg, nothing.
Wow.
Those tornado holsters were horrible.
We'll say
holsters.
that, yeah,
absolutely.
I don't know how many guns running through the field. I would look back, and my sidearm was way back.
Well, that first game,
and again,
I lost my pistol right away.
That's again with the gear. It's our first game. We know nothing. No lanyards on the pistols. No retention systems really on anything. So like we just didn't even know. We didn't know what we were about to get into. We didn't realize how much moving and shooting airsoft actually required. We didn't know essentially how aggressive we were going to be in the field, the three of us together. Well, we were going to find out for another 10 or 15 minutes, maybe even longer from when this picture was taken. But let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, you learn fast on the fly. So I guess just from here, unless anybody else has anything more they want to say about their gear or their first loadout for that first game.
I'll say just quickly. Sorry, I split the pants because I did the holster up way too tight on the thigh because I didn't realize how much running there was. Mm-hmm. But I left the actual retention on the holster itself loose. So I immediately split my pants because the holster was so tight. And the very first time I knelt down in the game, my it was a 20 P226 slid right out and perfectly laid against the skin. And again, even the kit, I'm just looking at that too. That vest, that's that old Matrix, like Cirrus. It was the Metal Gear Solid 4 vest he wears. And so you guys had camouflage. I went like very PMC, the khaki lowers.
That's right. So and then I had at this point, I actually forgot, to be honest, I forgot about the chocolate chip. So you can see in the photo, I'm wearing the chocolate chip upper. I actually had the full set of chocolate chip, and it was camouflage that I had from playing Army as a kid. I'm completely honest. I had this camouflage for a long time, and it just always sat in a drawer. Sort of phased out playing Army at a certain age. It just wasn't quote unquote cool anymore. I actually don't even know if it ever was cool, but I never really cared.
Loser.
So the chocolate chip, I had this chocolate chip, and there's somebody that played with us that day that's not featured in this photograph.
Was he taking the photo?
I think he's actually taking the photo, and it's he's in the second photograph here. That's my friend Billy Haley. He was a member of the team when we first started, but we're not there yet. But he played with us that day, so he's actually got the chocolate chip. As you can see, he's got the chocolate chip lowers, and then
he's got the
I'm going commando upper.
T-shirt.
So like
yeah.
that's a classic Billy right there. Like he's a good guy, really is. A close friend of mine, and his quote unquote wife / girlfriend actually introduced me to my wife. So a little bit of backstory there. But yeah, so he was at that first game with us. I lent him the pants, so I too have just a pair of khakis on that I think I might have wore them for that first game, and they're sitting in a tote somewhere in my house because they're like reserve pants that actually probably don't fit me anymore. Sadly to say,
Yeah.
I've gained a few pounds since this game. I've also been married since this game, so.
So they go 1-1.
Yeah. First year of marriage, you don't really put on too much weight, and then year 2, 3, you start packing in the pounds. So, yeah, that's me, my excuse for being fat there. But yeah, so again, first game, we're just about to get going here, and no idea. So I got these ACM, all Chinese made goggles on. They're to model the ESS goggles. They actually have a built-in fan system that I was accused right before we're about to jump off. Somebody could hear my fan, apparently. So we're all like stacked up, ready to go. The horn's gonna go off for the start of the game, and somebody said they could hear my fan. So I turned my fan off, and in doing so, I actually damaged it, and it never worked again properly. These are one of these things. Going back, honestly, I would have told that guy
to go fly kite.
Yeah, go fly a kite, because we weren't sneaking up on anybody that day. We weren't SEAL Team 6 doing any soft breaches. So I mean, that fan really would have kept my sight picture clear. It would have kept my goggles from fogging.
Personal enjoyment.
And it wouldn't have.
He took away from your experience.
Yeah, and because he thought that my fan was going to give away our position somehow. This puttering little fan, like it was really, you know what? Yeah, looking back now, I probably. But again, you don't really know, and when you don't know, you listen to people who you think do know.
Mm-hmm.
So I listened to that guy, I turned that fan off, and then I probably didn't see another clear thing all day, but that's a whole nother story. I'm going to tell you also, I might have taken 20 steps, and that bucket that you can see in the picture came right off. So that helmet didn't make it past me firing my weapon for the first time. And I think, Doc, I don't know if you kept yours on.
No, I'm pretty sure I lost mine fairly quick. I learned right away that these big, huge buckets on your head, they hold in heat.
Yeah, the big black buckets.
And then you instantly fog up. And I was wearing, ski goggles.
Oh, that's right. I was actually just kind of looking. I'm like, I think those are snowboarding goggles.
To be honest with you, I don't even think most fields accept those anymore.
No, like I think they might have made a rule: no snowboarding goggles from us. Maybe.
Yeah, I didn't last very long.
To be fair, I want to say, I'll let everybody know now that we're talking about it. I bought them and out of the box put 3-4 rounds at point blank range from my AEG, that Chrono 420 FPS with 2 gram BBs, and they did not even dent or scratch or anything. So I felt perfectly.
So you pre-weakened them.
I pre-weakened them. I felt perfectly safe myself taking rounds to the face, but again, they're not. Ladies and gentlemen, snowboarding goggles are not eye protection. Yeah, they're not safety rated. They're not ballistic rated. So please do not wear snowboarding goggles to play airsoft. But again, we didn't know. We've
done the stupid stuff. So
yeah, we made the mistake, so you don't have to. So snowboarding goggles are a big time no. All right, I'm good, guys. Honestly, I think we're ready to talk about our first game. You've just been listening to the 6th hour, Airsoft Through Silk's Eyes, RT06. I've really had a blast talking with you guys this week. Can't wait until next time, and we can do it all over again. Until then, keep your batteries charged, your mags gassed, and your gear stowed. And remember, boys and girls, stay safe. And always, always call your hits. Silk out.